my name is Chantel from Kalamazoo, Michigan. We've come to Lesson 3, Monuments of His Grace. Our memory verse is found in Joshua chapter 4, verses 23 and 24, and it states, "For the Lord your God dried up the waters of the Jordan for you until you passed over, as the Lord your God did it to the Red Sea, which he dried up for us until we passed over, so that all the peoples of the earth may know that the hand of the Lord is mighty, that you may fear the Lord your God forever." God bless you.
The crossing of the Jordan was not only a historical event for Israel but also a revelation of God's very character. The book of Joshua describes it using the Hebrew word niflaot, wonders, a term often associated in Scripture with God's supernatural acts that reveal His unique power and His care for His people. Whenever the biblical writers recalled these wonders, they did so with gratitude, proclaiming that the God of Israel was not a mute idol but a living, present God among His people. This miracle showed that the nature of Israel's God is above creation and its laws. Unlike the gods of the nations, powerless to save or act, the Lord demonstrated that no natural barrier could prevent Him from fulfilling His promises. The river that seemed an impassable obstacle became the stage for His intervention. What was impossible for men became an opportunity for God to display His glory. In this context, the crossing of the Jordan was not merely a step toward the promised land, but confirmation that the God of Israel continued to act as He had in Egypt and at the Red Sea. Thus, history teaches that the Lord does not change and that His wonders continue to manifest throughout time in favor of His people. Welcome, my name is Augusto Palacios and this is Studying the Lesson. Monday, October 13th, the God of Wonders. This story invites us to behold a God who is not limited by the laws of nature. The same one who parted the Red Sea stopped the Jordan at its fullest flow, reminding Israel that His power had not diminished over time. This assured them that just as He had opened a way in the past, He would also open a way in the future. His faithfulness and His wonders were a guarantee of victory. The term niflaot links the crossing of the Jordan with other mighty acts of God, such as the plagues in Egypt and the miracles in the wilderness. The memory of those deeds nourished the people's faith. These were not mere ancient stories but living signs that the Lord remained active and present in history. To remember His wonders was, in essence, to acknowledge the constancy of His love and power. The prophet Jeremiah, centuries later, would affirm that nothing is too difficult for God. Jeremiah chapter 32 verse 17. That same truth was engraved in the crossing of the Jordan. What seemed an unbreakable natural limit for Israel was an opportunity for God to demonstrate His greatness. Miracles, therefore, are not divine whims but manifestations of His wonderful nature, delighting in saving and guiding His people. Zechariah echoes this language when he speaks of Jerusalem's future after the Babylonian exile. To a discouraged people, God reminded them that what seems impossible to human eyes is not so to Him. The same God who opened the Jordan is able to restore what is ruined and bring life where there are only ruins. This message becomes an echo of hope for every generation facing the impossible. The contrast with pagan gods becomes clear. While idols could neither respond nor save, Israel's God demonstrated His power through tangible deeds. These were not religious theories but palpable interventions. The crossing of the Jordan drew a clear line. The living God distinguished Himself from false gods precisely by acting powerfully and concretely. The miracle of the Jordan also had a pedagogical purpose. As at the Red Sea, God wanted future generations to remember this event as a testimony of His faithfulness. It was a reminder that the inheritance of the land was not the result of military skill or human merit but of the Lord's power and grace. Victory, therefore, depended on remaining in relationship with Him. Today, as believers, we too face our own Jordans. Problems, fears, or trials that seem impossible to overcome. The message of this story is clear. The same God of wonders is alive and still working for His people. His power has not changed, and what seems too difficult in our eyes is never too hard for Him. Faith means believing that His wonders were not confined to the past but extend into our present. Finally, the crossing of the Jordan reminds us that the God of wonders is also the God of covenant. He does not perform isolated miracles but links them to His promise of salvation. Every wonder is a reminder that He fulfills what He promises. Thus, we can trust that He will lead us as He led Israel into the promised land, not by our strength but by the power of His name. Join me on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and X. Sunday to Friday, we post 2 daily questions at 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. The idea is to reinforce what we've learned and encourage participation. Your comments make a difference and enrich our study. Join the conversation and share your reflections with us.